So before I let you go, what was the individual who everyone was like, yeah, I'm not going to put him higher up, but look out. This is the year for this guy. Who did you hear on that front? Mike?
So I think the most probably chatter, but I don't think they're betting on him. They want to see is Justin Fields. I mean, when you look at the path that Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, to different extents, have taken to go from sort of the guy with accuracy questions but is athletic to get to the top, I think Fields is by far the most interesting. And it's instead of saying look out, it's more like, hey, I wouldn't be surprised in a year we're talking about him being in Tier 2, but there's enough questions about him as a passer that I don't think anyone's pushing all of their chips into the table on him. And I feel like a lot of the guys in Tier 4 really, I mean, I would rather have him in there than the same old Mariotas and Wentzes we've been looking at, but they're still sort of like, you're not really overly all in on them, right? Desmond Ritters and Sam Howell. I don't see anyone like that. So it would have to be Fields in the bottom half of having the greatest potential to suddenly be, up there in Tier 2.
I'll push back and say, what about Purdy? I mean, what we saw from him last year, and he, whatever quarterback competition we were hearing about in San Francisco certainly doesn't seem like it involves him. It's who's 2 and 3 basically right now is what it looks like in San Francisco. And if he shows up healthy and just winging it around like he did at the end of last year, and everybody's doing San Francisco things, I mean, that is Tier 2 and potentially a Tier 1 career written all over it. Not to overreact, but
here's what I predict would happen, unless he was just lights out and, really added a lot with his own dynamic play. I bet you he would go to the top of 3, because what happens with guys who play in a Kyle Shanahan offense, or even what's happening with Tua in Mike McDaniel with those weapons, is the credit ends up going to the coaches. Or Jared Goff. Ben Johnson's getting credit. Sean McVay gets credit. Isn't it interesting with some of those guys who are not visibly dynamic in their own way, right? They're not incredible with their ability to run or create off schedule. When they get in the right system with the right team that has a good defense and makes it easy to win, that all gets taken into account and prevents them from getting the suddenly Tier 1 votes.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.